Saad Muhammad for the title in December '81. He beat Muhammad in a rematch and also defeated Jerry Martin in a title defense in Las Vegas. He spent 5.5 years in prison. Muhammad Qawi is only 5 feet 7.5 inches tall, one of the shortest champions in light heavyweight history. At the age of 29, he defends for the third time. On his way to the ring now, a man who appreciates his freedom, Dwight Muhammad Qawi. He recently visited a spot he'd rather not return to, Rahway State Prison, New Jersey.
6 a.m. Dwight Muhammad Qawi does his road work, 3.8 miles. It's not fun for the 29-year-old fighter, more like a necessary evil. Maybe necessary because of some of the unnecessary evils of the past. Is Dwight running to get away from his past? Maybe that's too easy, too simple. But 5 years ago, he was an inmate at the Rahway State Prison in New Jersey, serving 5.5 years for armed robbery. He returned to Rahway recently, visited the prison gym where he sharpened his boxing skills. It stirred some memories.
At first, when you come in, right, you have to even get adapted, you know, all over. You don't know how many times you've been back here. You still got to get adapted all over again because it's unreal, it's unnatural. And when you come in, that cell closes, and you can't get up and just walk out when you want to. And then there's going to be moments and the thought's going to hit you. They tell you keep your mind off the street, but the thought's going to come back. And you're going to be reminded, you know, or you're going to think, you're going to reminisce, rather, you know, that how it was like out there, what it's like out there, what they're doing out there, what your family doing, what's happening out there. And that's hardcore reality. It can bring you to tears, which I came to many times, you know, at night. I would, after all the activities had died down. Lockup is 9 o'clock, and in the streets you probably be just going out somewhere. And, you know, here you have to go to bed that time and just sit there and stare at the walls, read, you know. Whatever you do is going to be repetition because that's the same thing you're going to do every night because there's nothing else to do. And it's going to hurt you. It's going to hit you, you know, especially after 5 years. But here is where I came to grips with a lot of things, you know, about myself. And the atmosphere of boxing was here. And, you know, I decided here what I was going to fight. But, you know, I did a lot of thinking here, a lot of I knew I didn't want to come back here. So, and I said, I can fight a little bit. I said, and I loved it. It was in my blood. And I said, it was kind of foolish and crazy at the time. I was getting older, and I said, yeah, I can do it, you know, and I kept making myself believe that, and I would, you know, even go as far as fantasizing me being the champ, you know. And at the time, Victor Galindez was champ, and I said to myself, I can beat him.
Things are different now. When Dwight left Rahway after his visit, there was a limousine waiting to take him back to his training camp in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. There, in contrast to the stark prison gym, he works out in a lush setting. It's symbolic of the way his life has changed. A couple of years ago, he was a $5 an hour laborer. Now he's in the $500,000 a fight class.
It's just like education. The more education you got, all that means is you have more responsibility. You learn that much that you have to take care of that much more, what need to be tended to that much more. So the same with accumulating a lot of things. If you're a real person, you know, a real human being, you learn that responsibilities come along with that.
He's a very intense individual. And I think he is trying to correct some of the things that he might have done wrong as a young man.
Dwight's determination shows in the ring. He's small for a light heavyweight, under 5 feet 7. So at first you think he's going to be a plotter, taking a lot of punches to get inside. But he's an effective boxer, has good moves. He makes his opponent miss.
My motto, number one, with fighting is to hit very hard and be hard to hit. And, you know, and I try to live up to that, you know, and I get the punches in, and I got the way. And that's the whole thing about boxing, you know. Make them miss and make them pay. I don't dance around like Ali, you know, and I don't try a whole lot of dumb trick stuff like a lot of other fighters do. My style is have an aim, and it has a purpose. And they call me the Buzzsaw because I be getting in there and be doing what I got to do and staying right there. But I don't be laying on the guy, don't be smothering, don't be wrestling them. You know, it's just, it's a technique, it's an art, you know, and I go to work.
changed his name to the Muslim name Muhammad Qawi. Qawi means the strong. And who's to argue when he takes off that robe at 5'7" and 174.5 pounds. He is muscle on muscle, and he meets the challenge of Eddie Davis, ranked anywhere from number 2 to number 5 in the various world rankings. Davis, 31 years of age. He'll be taller at 5'10". His record, you see it, losing only twice. His brother has the only loss on Qawi's record, his younger brother Johnny, but he can't help him inside the squared circle tonight. Let's go back to Mount Albert and Freddie Pacheco.
Thank you, Dick. And right now, the introductions in the ring as we get set for this WBC Light Heavyweight Championship. To the ring, Boxing Council. And Ed's area.
By Murad Muhammad Incorporated and main events in association with the Atlantic City
And the
Casino
tail of the tape showing Davis with the 4.5-inch reach on Qawi. Eddie Davis, as an amateur, won 2 New York Golden Glove titles, including a knockout of Jerry Cooney back in their amateur days. Davis's last fight, 6th-round knockout over world-ranked Murray Sutherland in Las Vegas. That was back in June on the undercard of Cooney and Holmes. And the impressive showing by Davis put him in line for tonight's title shot. Davis put Sutherland down 3 times, this after maintaining his composure after sustaining a cut over his left eyebrow. And let's go to the ring now for the introductions.
Referee Tony Perez. The timekeeper, the bell, will be Roy Johnson, counting for the knockdown seconds. Alternate referee Vinny Rainoni. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, he is weighing in at an even 175 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 23 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 15 knockouts. He is ranked number 2 by the World Boxing Council. He is the USBA light heavyweight champion. And now is the challenger, ladies and gentlemen, from Freeport, Long Island, New York, here's Eddie Davis. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim, he is tipping the scales at 174.5 pounds. This young man has a record of 18 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 11 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, from Camden, New Jersey, the World Boxing Council light heavyweight champion, the Camden Buzzsaw, Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
Under WBC championship rules, scoring on the 10-point must system, handled by the 3 judges, Paul Cavalier, Carol Castellano, and Frank Brunette. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived, no standing counts, and the fighter can be saved by the bell only in the 15th and final round. Qawi and Davis receiving instructions from the referee, Tony Perez. Dwight Muhammad Qawi likes to bore inside on his opponent. He is nonstop, usually very accurate with his punches, effective at wearing down his opponent. Davis says he will refuse to be suckered in by Qawi's style, where it appears he offers his head as a target and then makes you reach for it, and then when you reach, Qawi comes at you with a powerful right hand. Let's see if he is able to follow his pre-fight thoughts. And if he is, it would be a major upset. Qawi, a huge favorite going in as he defends his title for the 3rd time and goes white at Davis.
Davis right off the bat bending down, getting the same size as Dwight. I don't understand that. Since he's got 3-inch height advantage, he should be using his height. But the Camden Buzzsaw has a way of whittling down to size opponents by that non-stop attack. He's even smiling.
And that is Dwight's style. He wears the grin throughout the bout.
He's got beautiful dimples. Have you noticed?
Recently, he has had much to grin about. Opening minute, round one, scheduled for 15 for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh, nice uppercut by Davis. Did not land, but it was a good spot. Strong and right on the where he should have been, but wasn't.
Eddie Davis taking the combination from Dwight Qawi. Davis, 31 years old, born in Dillon, South Carolina, one of 14 children, now lives in Freeport, Long Island. Says he refuses to be completely dependent on boxing, although he has done well, as his third ranking would attest to. He's been working 9 to 5, 5 days a week for years at a branch of a department store chain in the New York metropolitan area.
Davis has been trained for this by Victor Valley. Valley's trying to instill some of the boxing techniques that he knows so well and did so good with Scipion, but you know, all of that goes out the window when you got this tough little guy in front of you, and he just keeps coming and punching from all angles. It's going to be very interesting should he succeed tonight when he gets in with Michael Spinks with that enormous height advantage and the punching ability of a Michael Spinks.
And later on, we'll be talking with Michael Spinks, who's taking it over the ringside as Qawi lands to the head of Davis.
He will not get up.
35 seconds left, first round. Davis put to the canvas. Tony Perez checks it over. Davis says he's all right. Let's see. Well, they'll continue. And here's Qawi looking to end it.
I don't think he was all right. I don't understand what Tony Perez was doing. He's just going to get a terrific shellacking on the rope.
10 seconds remaining. Round one as Davis looks to hang on. And it appears he will last it out.
He doesn't know where he's at. He can't barely get, look at that. That's enough to stop the fight. When you see a guy can't even control his feet, can't even control his legs, what in the world is he waiting for?
Well, let's see. Perez is thinking about it. No, apparently he's going to let the bout continue.
Maybe the doctor will stop it. The doctor looks very doubtful. He's conferring with Tony, shaking his head.
Bertie, I wonder what the effect would be of the recent tragedy in boxing of Duke Koo Kim from South Korea and Alexis Arguello taking the pounding last Friday night from Aaron Pryor. I would think that this would influence the referee to stop bouts earlier, but Perez letting it go on.
I should hope that it gives many referees pause before they let a beating continue like that.
So, round two underway. And here's Dwight Muhammad Qawi going right at Eddie Davis, who was put down in round one with 40 seconds left of the round.
He's still not right. He still can't get his legs together.
And the bowling, crawling style of Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton, the Camden Buzzsaw, unleashing on Davis. He buckled him again.
I must say, I don't find anything right with a referee letting it go on in the corner not saying anything. He's got Victor Valley in there, and Victor is a good boxing guy.
Bertie, you get the idea sometimes there's more consideration because it's a championship bout. Not that that is correct, but if this were not a championship bout, perhaps it might have been called.
I believe so, but in view of the fact that it's the very first round and his condition was so obviously rocky, I mean, what's he going to do with 15 rounds? Is he going to come back and beat Braxton?
Davis now landing with the combination.
Dwight just playing possum.
We have the WBA light heavyweight champion Michael Spinks with us at ringside. Michael, do you think the bout should have been called in the first round?
Yeah, I think it should have been stopped right then and there, because I saw him very confused over there laying against the ropes. And I thought he would get hurt worse than he was when Perez announced him to continue the fight.
I agree with you. I just can't understand that. And I can't understand Dwight just not coming out and finishing it off in the second round is more merciful than to give him a big beating for the rest of the next 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, no telling what's going on in there right now. Maybe Braxton got a little windy in the first round.
Well, now Perez, the referee, can rationalize it and say, look, Davis has been able to successfully battle back, and he has hung in. It may be that Qawi is playing possum, but Davis has come back. It's true. But now here is Qawi landing on Davis. We have 30 seconds left, second round.
We're not talking about his recuperative powers. We're talking about the possibility of injury in that split second that he's getting punched. We are not talking about can he continue another round. We're talking about can he get hurt at that point. And yes, he can. And yes, it should have been stopped.
So Eddie Davis able to last another round. Final second. Round 2.
I've been here.
At the end of round 2, the taunting and smiling of Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who has had his way over the first 2 rounds. This is round 3. I'm told at ringside, the manager of Eddie Davis, who is also the co-manager of Jerry Cooney, Dennis Rappaport, was screaming at the referee, Tony Perez, and saying no more as Davis was put down.
Well, if he was, he certainly had an opportunity to say something in that 60 seconds between round 1 and 2. But that's when you have to talk. That's when you tell a doctor, I don't want any more.
We are live from the Convention Center, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Bertie Pacheco, Dick Enberg, Michael Spinks, the WBA light heavyweight champion, also at ringside. He is looking toward a unification bout perhaps next year against Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton.
Of course, you know, in the old fight movies, you throw in a towel when you want to stop, but you cannot do that anymore these days because it's against the law. They just kick the towel out. I had a guy throw the stool in one time. Kick that out, he said.
I would think the message would be made clear, although if you throw the towel in, usually the referee will take it as the cue.
Oh, let me tell you, Tony Perez, the championship quality referee, it is a question of judgment. In the light of what's happened, it certainly does temper your judgment. I don't mean that as an unkind or bizarre criticism of Tony Perez, who's always been a championship quality, but in this instance, I do believe, in the light of what's happened, this is pointless. He's just going to take a slaughter.
Eddie Davis in the red, and the champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, in the white. Michael, your feelings to this point?
Well, I think Braxton's fighting a real good fight, but I also think Davis has come back tremendously. I think he's doing very excellent in there right now. They're getting respect from Braxton. I think he's doing a lot of that.
Eddie Davis does have a good left hook, uses the right cross. The older brother of Johnny Davis, who recently lost to Michael Spinks. And Johnny wants decision. Qawi. Good round for Davis.
He has recovered well.
He's giving him a good fight in there. Yes, he is. Very good fight. I would hope he wouldn't disappoint me.
I don't think you have a chance in the world, Michael.
Good right hand by Eddie Davis. And that'll do it for this third round. Yeah. The bell for round 4. Eddie Davis in the red. Dwight Muhammad Qawi in the white. Earlier here in Atlantic City was Mustafa Hamsho by decision over Bobby Ches. Right hand by Qawi.
Qawi curiously quiet in the last round and let Davis Davis get strong and take a round. He came back with blood coming out of his nose. There is now blood all over the eye, the left eye of, there's a good cut on the eye of Davis.
Davis was put down with about 40 seconds remaining in round one. Michael Spinks, do you think Qawi became overconfident?
Yeah, the first round, I think he looked down here at me and he tried to, I guess, express to me with his actions and looking at me that it was an easy fight for him. But I hope it hasn't turned back around on him.
Michael Spinks rooting for Qawi, seeing the money in a unification bout. Good combination by Davis.
You know, there's a lot of blood coming out of the nose of the champion, Dwight Qawi, and that could well be a broken nose. And if it's a broken nose, then they got to think about your time schedule again, Michael.
Oh, geez. I'll cry this time for real.
Again, the combination, also an elbow thrown by Qawi, and Davis got rocked. Davis fought against the rope, tries to battle out.
After that awesome beginning, Davis has gathered his forces and he's making a fight of it.
And less than a minute left. Round 4 scheduled for 15 for the light heavyweight title. WBC style.
Dwight looking curiously slow and tired.
Yeah, he looks tired. He's getting tired. He's a He's depending on strength, pure strength right now.
Yeah, and that's how you get tired when he's not working.
Yeah, right.
He's going right for the head instead of for the body like he usually does.
Right.
Going for that quick, easy knockout. It's not coming, and there's Davis still standing.
And Davis certainly demonstrating that he can take a punch because he has been hammered. Put down in round 1, and a good round here for Qawi. As we open up in round 5, let's listen in on the corner of Eddie Davis. You'll hear his trainer, Victor Valley.
Left hook to the chin, double left hook to the chin. And get off and move. Every time you punch, you got to move. You're standing too straight. Move that body. Get confidence, determination in that, Eddie.
And that's what it takes to get a fighter moving. Davis has surprised after that awesome destruction that he suffered in that first round. But I'm wondering about the strength of Dwight all of a sudden. He looks curiously lethargic. He's apathetic. He is just not moving the way Dwight Braxton used to move. Dwight Qawi. It's going to be years before I can master that one.
In fact, we heard the first Dwight Qawi chant moments ago.
Well, the old Dwight Braxton would have been there punching in the body, and Davis is doing good inside.
A minute gone by in this 5th round. What does the Fight Doctor scorecard show?
3-1, a big first round, obviously, for Dwight.
Eddie Davis ranked 2nd by both the WBC and the WBA. Most unusual for the WBC and the WBA to agree on a ranking. Davis 4th ranked by Ring Magazine. Record of 23-2, 1 draw, 15 by knockout. 31 years old out of Freeport, Long Island, and hanging in against the champion.
Good right hand by Davis. Just that doesn't seem to move Dwight, but Dwight's going curiously head hunting. That's not his style. He usually pummels the body and then goes to the head. I guess he's convinced that he can repeat that first round wipeout, and he's going right to the head. He's not looking good right now. He just got to hit a good right hand by Davis.
In his last last bout, Qawi stopped Matthew Saad Muhammad back August the 7th in round 6, defending his title. He won the title by stopping Saad Muhammad in round 10. That was back in December of '81 here in Atlantic City. So this is third defense of the title. Also stopped Kerry Martin in 6 in March of this year.
Tony Perez. Oh! The greatest combination that Davis could have landed. It almost buckles White.
Earlier in the fight, here's the overconfidence of Dwight Qawi. That's how round 5 concluded. And how this bout has turned around. Davis was put down in round 1. The champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton, having his difficulty against the effective counter-punching of Eddie Davis, looking to pull a major upset, although Qawi's still well in front. This is round 6. And the warning, Tony Perez saying, get those blows up. And now you have to, oh, good right hand by Qawi. Now you have to wonder about Tony Perez not stopping the bout, although, Bertie, as you pointed out before, stepping away from the boxing aspect of it, you still hold to your opinion that Perez could have stopped the fight.
Especially when Rappaport was waiting for them to stop it, and because we saw that the man was totally helpless. But on the other hand, one is a safety opinion, the other is a boxing opinion. I'm sure the boxing purists have their own. I prefer to have a guy live to fight another day.
Yeah. And Michael Spinks, who is with us here at ringside, I would think getting very nervous about the money that would be floating around for a unification title bout as he watches the strong comeback by Eddie Davis.
Yes, that is true. And it's a fact that we have just signed for the fight.
Maybe Wade
Lewis, yes, finally got back to the table, and they signed. So maybe he
wasted all his energy signing, pushing that pen around.
Yes, maybe that was it. I hope he grabbed some stuff somewhere.
Oh, in the meantime, this gritty war in the trenches. Now, Mustafa. Now Eddie Davis is beginning to show the signs of weariness, and Dwight is beginning to get stronger.
Good right hand by Qawi. And Davis comes out with a combination. Eddie Davis, who looked so impressive in his last bout against Murray Sutherland on the Cootie Holmes undercard, has won a lot of folks over with the performance here this evening.
Eddie Davis like a cat with 9 lives. Just when you're ready to write him off, there he comes again.
Oh, uppercut by Davis.
What a great uppercut by Davis.
So another good round for Eddie Davis, who appeared to be out in round 1. We'll be back in a moment. Back in Atlantic City, on to round 7. Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton, the WBC light heavyweight champion, changed his name just a week and a half ago when he converted to Islam. Qawi means the strong, but it's Eddie Davis who has come on in very strong fashion. Bertie, is it possible that Qawi suffered a broken nose earlier?
It certainly looks that way. It has every aspect of a broken nose. He's bleeding a lot when he's hit on it. It's bubbling out of his nose. He's swallowing a lot of blood, as he said in the corner. And he's having a terrible time swallowing. Another uppercut by Davis. Those things are now beginning to land with regularity.
And Davis doubling up with that left jab, looking very, very confident for a guy who appeared to be down and out late in round 1.
Again, Tony Perez, a championship referee, not having much to do right now. He's just walking around because these two guys are just nonstop punching. And
you heard Michael Spinks mention last round that he is signed and sealed ready to go in a unification bout against Qawi.
I think the biggest change I've seen, Michael, is that he's not punched to the body at all. Dwight has forgotten the body, and that's where the payoff is for him. He's always been a body fighter, and then up to the head. He has not done it at all.
I think since Braxton has won the title, Braxton has changed his style drastically. This is a new Braxton. I don't see the same Braxton that I used to work with and the same Braxton that beat Saad Muhammad. Why not the same Braxton?
Good point.
Why is that?
Well, as you know, the title changes. Winning the title changes a person after, a long time, where he comes from and everything. Where he worked hard, and it was a big event for him in his life.
Feel he's not working hard enough?
I feel he worked hard enough, but I feel some of the glory, maybe he got captured in a little of the glory.
What you're describing is a loss of that hunger that you got to have to be the champion.
Maybe overconfident. That is a better word. A little overconfident.
It all goes together.
He looked past him and was looking at me, maybe. I'll put it that way. That sounds better.
And as I keep saying, funny things happen on the way to the championship.
Here you go. Look right.
And we come to the conclusion in round 7. And Qawi with one of his better rounds. After the good start, Davis came on. And Davis was what? Davis was hammered. We'll be back to check out the status of the watch out. Look out. We'll be right back. The corner of Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Tough to tell anything about the nose.
Not unless you got X-ray eyes, Mark.
Yeah.
Unless you're up there and you can put your finger on the bridge of the nose and it feels like a beanbag, then you know it's broken. But in the meantime, what we got is the symptoms. Blood flowing with every punch.
On to round 8, so we have reached the potential midway point scheduled for 15 of this championship bout for the WBC light heavyweight title. Eddie Davis in the red, surprising against the champion Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Remember the scoring on the 10-point must, and it's handled by the 3 judges.
We're at 67-65. No. Dwight, the champion, is ahead by 2 points.
That is the Fight Doctor scorecard. Well, this is the first pause in the action we've had in some time as Qawi looks to go to the body. Dwight comes in at 18-1, 1 draw, 11 by knockout. 29 years old, out of Camden, New Jersey, born in Baltimore, Maryland.
Dwight was told in his corner, you know what you're forgetting? You're forgetting the body.
Again, the combination by Davis, but Qawi able to counter.
It now just looks like one of those Philadelphia gym wars where 2 guys don't want to give ground and want to just punch inside.
Combination right on the button by Qawi.
Qawi's punches don't seem to carry that lethal punch and haven't for the last 3 or 4 rounds.
All right. It looks as if he's preparing to fight me instead.
The voice of Michael Spinks, a very interested ringside observer.
One of the surprises of this fight is the way that Davis can fight inside. The strength of Davis inside, that's supposed to be Dwight's long suit. Now he's hammering, but without the effect that he's had in the first few rounds. Tough rounds to score because they just are trading punches.
Back the last couple of rounds. Similar fashion.
Looks like Dwight wants to press the button, and nothing's happening when he presses it.
Yes, he's punching with open glove a lot. He got to close his gloves up. He got to ball his fist up.
Effective spin move by Qawi. We're final seconds of the round. So that's it for round 8. Eddie Davis demonstrating signs of fatigue because both Dennis Rappaport and Victor Valley in Davis's corner screaming, he's much more tired than you are.
You can win this championship. This guy can't take a punch, believe me. This guy can't take a punch.
Eddie Davis, 31 years old, Freeport, Long Island, born in Dillon, South Carolina. Record of 23-2, 1 draw, 15 by knockout. Looking to pull off a major upset against the champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who put Davis down in round 1. And here's Qawi coming out very strong with the combination.
And if he would dig to the body just then, as Dwight always did.
Davis getting hammered now. Davis has excellent recuperative power, and it does not appear that Qawi is bothered by the nose, as was the case earlier.
He can't breathe through it. That's why his mouth is open. Look at this. And problem is one of stamina. I don't believe that Dwight has trained properly for this fight. Just when he looks like he launches an attack, it exhausts him. He stops, and there is Davis with his recuperative powers, able to punch back and neutralize the effect of his punches. I must say we have the champion ahead, 87-84 unofficially, but this is so close because of the way these rounds are going back and forth. Aside from that very definitive first round, which was a 10-8 round, they've just been swapping rounds.
Midway through round 9, scheduled for 15. We're live from the Convention Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Marv Albert, the fight doctor, Freddie Pacheco, Dick Enberg, and Michael Spinks, the WBA light heavyweight champion. And things have slowed down the last couple of rounds, both looking tired. Right hand by, and a good left by Davis.
Davis is sneaky. He is sneaky.
Yes, this is my first time really seeing him fight. Leon told me he fought him once before. This is my first time really seeing Davis in action. He's very impressive right now. He's throwing my thing out the window.
Back combination up out of his feet.
Well, the surprise of this evening has been the poor shape of Dwight and the fact that he just can't get those punches to the body. He's just forgotten the body.
He's fighting different.
Yeah.
He is. He's fighting very different.
He changed his name and his style at the same time. You better go back to Dwight Braxton, dig into the body.
Yeah.
How this fight has turned back in round 1. Here's Eddie Davis put down by Dwight Qawi. It appeared for a moment that Tony Perez might call the bout, checked it over, let the bout continue, and somehow Eddie Davis has been able to rally and looking very sharp. We counted at one stretch in that 9th round, 15 consecutive punches landed by Davis.
Davis has really been amazing.
Eddie Davis looking to steal the light heavyweight title from Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton. You have it now 96-94, Qawi.
Qawi is hanging on there. Just they're swapping rounds back and forth. Because of that big lead, that 10-8 round is going to really be a factor.
Earlier tonight, the veteran, Mustafa Hamsho, won by unanimous decision over the youngster, Bobby Ches. Hamsho with a very convincing performance. Here's Qawi landing.
There's the body shots that we're talking about, and those have been absent. You see the effect they have on Davis? Davis is local when he got attacked.
And Qawi landing on Davis, the best we've seen him in many rounds. And Davis now looking to hang on. Setting it up with the left jab. Oh, scoring with that jab, trying to finish it with the right.
Again, just where he's got him where he's watched him, and he got that way with body shots. He's abandoned it again. So important.
We are less than a minute left. Round 10 scheduled for 15. And a strong round for the champion.
Oh, it's getting to be close again.
Does not appear that Davis has any strength left. He looks to play possum, but has nothing left. And then Davis does connect. And here's Davis back.
Amazing. Amazing.
Final second, round 10. Oh.
Uppercut that got Davis in trouble. The best thing about him is when he misses an uppercut, when Dwight misses a right uppercut, immediately he throws the left straight. And that's been catching Davis. And it's a lethal 1-2 punch. At the end of that round, Davis could barely totter around waiting for the stool to come on. He really took a shellacking.
In fact, Dennis Rappaport in the corner of Eddie Davis had to guide him to the stool. Davis had no idea what direction he was going. Here is round 11, and let's see, a little slow in getting up. And Qawi looking to finish him. Davis in big trouble. Down he goes. Tony Perez moving Qawi to a neutral corner. 6, 7, 8. And let's see how Perez plays it now.
That's it this time. Rappaport screaming.
Dwight Muhammad Qawi, after putting Eddie Davis down in round 1, has ended it in round 11. But not an easy one for the champion. Davis kept coming back. And so now there will be a unification title bout, as Michael Spinks mentioned earlier this evening, with Spinks, the WBA champion, going against the WBC champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi. We'll be back right after we pause for these messages.
So, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, first round knockdown. Many thought the fight should have been stopped. Davis rallied courageously and appeared to catch Qawi around the 8th or 9th round, only to lose on a TKO in the 11th round. Here now is the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tony Perez stops this bout at 28 seconds of the 11th round, and a winner, and still the World Boxing Council light heavyweight champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi.
And now let's go up into the ring, and Marv Albert.
champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who did not have an easy time with Eddie Davis. It appeared you put him down, making motionings to Michael Spinks. He was nervous at ringside.
I had a cold before coming into the fight. I first want to say all praise due to Allah for WD Muhammad, the world community of Al-Islam in the West. I want to say again, thank Allah for Brother Fareed Munir, who gave me a good spirit while he was there. But I had a cold. I had to deal with it. To me, don't believe it, sucker. I can take it. I can give it. I just proved it. I come out of sick bed and whip.
Some people felt that you may have suffered a broken nose. You appear to be having problems with your nose.
I might have straightened my nose out. It was already broken.
No problem with the nose.
No problem. Just that he had aqua style. I had a little sickness. Took me a few rounds to put it together. And, you know, a few other things happened. But I'm determined to keep the title. I'm going to unify the title. Ain't nothing going to stop me. I just had a bad night. I was sick. Had a lazy night.
Dwight, Michael Spinks said it appears you're not the same guy as earlier in your career since you won the title. He thought you're a little bit on the lethargic side.
Well, Michael Spinks can only do one thing to prove that. He get in the ring with me. That's all. He'll be quickly brought back to life.
All right, Ferdy is alongside Tony Perez, the referee who did not stop the bout in round one, and we had some comments concerning that. Let's go to the fight doctor.
Tony, with everything that happened, I was very concerned. He looked so bad in that first round. I thought you should have stopped it, and I said it rather hard to the audience. I'd like to hear your view of it. Why didn't you stop it?
Well, it's very simple. I talked to the man, and he answered my questions very correctly, and he was very awake, so I let him continue. I gave him another chance.
Of course, the second time, he didn't answer you correctly, and you stopped it.
The second time, he didn't know where he was. I talked to him, and he turned his eyes on me, and his eyes were back, his eyes glassy, and his legs rubbery. That's what I stopped the fight.
Once again, proving that the men in the ring know better than anyone, and so we go back to Dick Enberg.
All right, thank you, Doctor. So, winner by knockout in the 11th round, and still the WBC champion, Dwight Muhammad Qawi. Earlier tonight, we saw Tony Ayala, the unbeaten teenager from San Antonio, Texas, in a 12-round elimination, junior middleweight elimination bout, WBA, take on Carlos Herrera, ranked number 4 in the world from Argentina. And Ayala, they call him El Torito. Punishing fighter, went to the body, won the first 2 rounds, and then in the third, that left hook staggered Herrera, and then Ayala followed with a left combination. Herrera went down in the third round. Ayala is still unbeaten, 22-0. He's won all but 4 of those 22 fights by knockout. He disposed rather readily and easily Carlos Herrera, ranked in some ratings as the #1 junior middleweight challenger in the world. So Ayala's climb toward the top and a championship continues. Earlier, however, it was not the case for unbeaten Bobby Ches. He was decisioned, a unanimous decision, to third-ranked Mustafa Hamsho. And you've just seen this man, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, formerly Dwight Braxton. He seemed to have the fight won in the first round. Relaxed. Eddie Davis rallied magnificently, and some felt that he might be ahead on points. Only in the 11th round to taste the thunder of Qawi, who finally went back to the body, the left-right combination, and Eddie Davis put down in the 11th round. Qawi retains his title, and as you heard earlier, Michael Spinks and Qawi, that bout has already been signed. So the winners tonight, Ayala, Qawi, and Hamsho. NBC Sports ringside.